Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany here, aka Empowered Para, and on today's video I wanted to show you guys how I drive and do a bit of a review on the lift that I use and also the van that I chose. In a future video I will show you guys the lift that I had in my old van and do a bit of a comparison between this lift that I have in this van and the old lift that I had, so that you guys can see that. But for now I'm just going to show you the lift that I have in this van and how it works. So I'll talk about the van first. I picked a Toyota Sienna because it was the only van on the market with all-wheel drive, which was important to me because I don't know if you guys can see, it's winter here in Canada. And so I wanted something that had all-wheel drive just so that it handled better on the roads. I think it's a pretty minivan. There's not that many minivans on the market that I think look this cool as far as a minivan goes. I don't know if a minivan does look cool at all, but I think this one looks really nice. So that was a good thing about it. It has tons of storage. I will show you guys the inside of the van. So inside the van, with the lift in, it still seats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including me. It has super good mileage. It has like around 700 kilometers to a tank, which is almost double what I had in my last vehicle, so that's really nice. It has intuitive cruise control, which is really good. I didn't use it for like the first year because I thought it was strange and I wasn't used to having intuitive cruise control, but I really like it now because I can put the cruise control on and I don't have to have my hand on the gas the whole time while I'm traveling long distances, which is really nice, especially if you have like less hand function. So that's really nice, and it will stop you and slow you down when you need to, so you don't have to constantly be putting the cruise control back on and off. So that's really nice. And it has a blind spot detection, which is also really good because sometimes it's hard to shoulder check, especially if you have less upper body function, and so it will tell you if there is a car in your blind spot or anywhere beside you so that you know when it's safe to change lanes. So that's really awesome. My favorite feature is probably the back of the van, which is giant. You can store so much stuff in it. The seats stow away into it, not automatically, so they have to be folded down by somebody else, but they're really easy to fold down and put back up. But when the seats are all the way up, the actual back of the van is like dipped out, so I'll show you guys that. And my chair fits so nicely in there, which I'll show you guys as well. The doors are all automatic, which is super handy unless they don't work. So if the doors are working perfectly, it's good, but if they don't work, they're actually kind of a pain in the butt to open. So if the doors are working well, then it's really handy, but when they're not, it sucks. So normally vans, at least in minivans that I've seen before, the floor is actually like way up here and it's not dipped out or dug out in there. And so this is really nice because it's dug out, the seats fold down into that, and then it's totally flat when the seats are folded down, but my chair fits really nice in here sideways, and I'll show that. I'll put that when I'm editing the video in here while I'm talking. So yeah, it's super nice if my husband's driving, he can just put my chair in. We don't have to worry about the lift or anything. And I think there's still room in here once my chair's in there a little bit. So yeah, it's got tons and tons of storage. I had a big van before that I thought was really big and it didn't have nearly the amount of storage that it has. So even though this is a smaller minivan, the use of the space is just way better. So now I'm gonna talk about the lift and show you guys how I get in. So this lift is called a Speedy Lift, and it comes with this seat, which is an XL seat, and it's all by a company called Adapt Solutions, which I'll put a link to in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. The things that I like about the lift is that it only takes up one seat space in the van. So I have lots of extra seating. In the other van that I had, the whole center row was gone, and I actually got lifted into the center of it. And so I missed this whole middle section of seating, which was kind of annoying. So now I still have the other seat, which is nice. And this can be put in or taken out without modifying the van. So that's also really nice. So I just bought like a stock vehicle and then took it to a place to get the lift put in. It's just put in on the floor where the tracks are for the seat. And so it installs that way, which is nice because it just installs where the seats are. I like that the lift comes out and I don't need a ton of room to park, which I will show you guys when I am getting in and out. I like that it's relatively fast to get in. It's not like crazy fast, but it's relatively fast. It doesn't take me, 5 minutes or anything. I think it's under 2 minutes. So that's really nice. And then the last thing that is really good is that the chair is firmly secured to the lift once it's in the vehicle. The other lift that I had lifted me in, and then I just locked my brakes when I was driving, which isn't very safe in an accident, especially when I had little kids. So this one is secured to the lift, and it can't actually be removed from the lift once it's in the vehicle. So that's really nice. So it's nice and safe once I'm traveling. Things that I don't like about the lift are that I'm transferring outside of the vehicle. And so if it's raining, I'm getting wet while I'm transferring, and the chair is getting wet. Noisy kids. The chair is getting wet before it's all the way in the vehicle. I do put my backpack on the seat so that it kind of keeps it from getting wet while it's lifting in, but it still gets wet when it's raining. Another thing that I don't really like about the lift is that I have had to replace some parts on it already in the past couple of years. My old lift, I had it for about 15 years, and I only had to replace things a few times. So the fact that I've had to replace the motor on this once and the control box on it once in the last 2 years is a little bit worrisome to me. It's also really annoying when the lift breaks and I can't use it, especially because it's broken like when I've been out somewhere and it's stopped, like when my chair has been on it like halfway up, and I've had to hail somebody down to come help me. So that's kind of annoying. This XL seat, because it folds up onto the side of the chair, it covers up all of the seat controls. So when I'm driving and the door is closed and this seat is up, you can't move the seat. So I have to move the seat with the door open and the lift down. So I have to make sure that I am exactly where I want to be in the driving position before I actually go anywhere. And if I'm uncomfortable, I actually have to stop the vehicle and reposition myself on the side of the road or in a roadside turnout or something, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so I think that was it for the pros and cons of the vehicle, the lift. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually get in now, so that you can see how the lift works and how long it takes me to get in. Okay, so I'm starting with the vehicle completely closed so that you can see from start to finish how long it actually takes me. And then I take my backpack off. So this seat is really hard, so I got something soft to put on it because my tailbone is really sharp. Oh jeez. Icy. My chair's sliding around while I'm trying to transfer. And then the chair hooks onto or the lift, sorry, the lift hooks onto the H frame that comes, that's on the back of the chair. And then I just throw my backpack on top of my chair. And then this XL seat comes up and down to the level that I need it. And then another thing that I have to do is I have to buckle up before I close the door and put the XL seat up. Otherwise I can't get the seat belt out from behind the XL seat. So I have to make sure I do that. And then this goes up. Drive, it's pretty standard. I have a left side hand control, and it's just the stick kind. This is the kind that I've always had. I rented a vehicle once and tried the rocking kind. I didn't really like it. A few things that are important to me when I'm driving with these hand controls and why I really like them is because I can get them as close to the steering wheel as I want, basically, because it's adjustable, and I like to be able to hold the steering wheel with my thumb and drive at the same time, so that if I am doing something over here like changing the heat or doing my signal light, I can be controlling both my speed and my steering at the same time. Probably not the safest thing to be doing, and I wouldn't like advocate doing it all the time, but it definitely helps me when I'm driving, when I can be doing stuff one-handed when I need to be. It does have like Bluetooth and all that stuff, which is super handy. All of the things that I need are on the steering wheel, so I can control the radio, I can control how I answer my phone, I can control my cruise control and like all that stuff from my steering wheel, which is really nice. I like my my spinner knob to be at 2 o'clock. I just find it's easier there. And when I'm driving, most of the time my hand is actually on the steering wheel and not on the spinner knob, just because I like having that control. Other than that, there's nothing fancy about how I drive. Alright guys, that's it. I just wanted to give you a review of the current van that I have, because when I was looking for vehicles, I didn't really find a whole bunch of videos of people talking about the vehicles they had and the list they had and the pros and cons of them. I found a lot of videos of the actual manufacturers showing what the list could do, but not anybody's actual pros and cons of them. So I wanted to give you a little glimpse of what I thought of the Lift that I currently have. That's all I got for you guys today. It's super cold outside and my husband's hands are freezing, so I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time on my video next week. See ya.